Morning guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our morning Bitcoin update. So we will go over to those charts. Just one second. No, just one second. That's the one. Wait, that's the one. Here we go. Right, so for our chart first, yeah, you can see, so we popped out of that little formation, the little downward formation we were having, and yeah, just popped up to the resistance, tested that, and now looks like we're making our way back down. So yeah, if we make our way back down to around this level again, I think there'll be a high likelihood that we break it this time. That's about around the 9,200 level. So yeah, I mean that will send us down in the near term, down to around 9,000, and then it will be a case of, will that trigger the larger time frame expansion in volatility to basically lower levels, or even up, even higher levels. We break this level, maybe we'll reverse and go back up. But yeah, I mean it would be pretty bearish. So Bitcoin has got to start, got to put in a, it's got to maybe even test the top of this downward trend line here, and then make a move up. But if it doesn't basically make a move soon, back above this resistance that we've got here, so closing larger time frame, let's say 4-hour candles above 9,500, then it's definitely gonna it's just gonna be looking, but it's just gonna be looking like we're gonna go down basically. A lot of things are like starting to turn bearish the more we stay down at this level, like oscillators speaking. But yeah, but if we can get above 9,500, that will start to look pretty bullish. And then if we can work our way over this level we've got going on here, around 9,600, and then obviously that level we had drawn on there. This level was just loosely drawn on, but yeah, this level here, basically that would look very bullish. If we can get back up here, and it'd probably be like around here on the chart, then that would look really bullish. And then maybe we get another test down to 9,500 as support, and then it's off to the races. So, but at the moment we've got our first things first. We've got to get over 9,500. Then we've got to get over 9,600. It sounds obvious when I say it, doesn't it? Then we've got to test this zone, see if we can. Well, if we can break it straight away, go through it, hold it, or whatever. Or if we get rejected, then get held by this support here, and then attempt the actual move up. I mean, that's basically the Bulls game plan. So we've got to see if they can do it. The Bears game plan is are they brave enough to try and start selling us down now, and not worry about like a big massive 2k buy up candle breaking out this formation and just looking like a fake out, and then a massive bullish candle. I mean, that's going to be what they are thinking. They do know, as it stands, we are getting wicks lower, but we are struggling to have any real price action below this trend line. So yeah, that's what they're going to be thinking. For our Stokes, let's get them up. For our Stokes, still pointing up here. So that's not too bad. This still has well, so it's still halfway through this candle on the Stokes. So yeah, but I would guess if we do stay where we are or lower, this is going to turn back round. 8-hour Stokes pointing down. Potentially going to get supported around here, but down at the moment. And then this is the important one, 12-hour Stokes still just pointing up. We're at a trend line though, so this is not where we want to get rejected from. And obviously we know if you bullish Bitcoin, you never want a 12-hour Stokes pointing down. But yeah, this is an important zone. We're getting into the more bullish area of the stochastics level wise. So if this 12-hour can break this trend line and get up, which it will obviously stay positive if we get back above like 9,500, then yeah, I believe that will keep us, that would be very bullish basically. But I believe getting back above and holding above 9,500 is the first domino in what will be an increasingly more bullish looking series of dominoes that will fall. Daily Stokes fully taken out of this line, so they obviously are looking bearish, and fully taken out this trend line that we had drawn. So yeah, fully looking bearish. Is it forming a descending wedge? I mean, I feel like I'm clutching at bullish straws here. But yeah, I mean, it's going down. Price action isn't collapsing though, so that's not the worst thing. If we're holding in whilst the daily's going down, that is kind of like a bullish reset of that indicator, which you can then turn back round. But we have to give the bears the benefit of the doubt at the moment. The bulls are even able to get us above 9,400, and the bears are pinning us down here. So if they are gonna basically take control and we're gonna have this big expansion in volatility and like 1 to 2k candle to the downside, then they've got a good chance. Basically, they've got a good chance, and they're at a level where I think they're gonna try and pull the trigger soon. So maybe that'll be maybe won't be coming in the next day or so. We'll have to see. But yeah, we've definitely got a big move coming next week. I think. I mean, in my mind, I'm 100% certain it's going to be next week. I just can't see another week of this, especially not at these lows where the bulls will just give up. If we have another week down here, the bulls are just going to give up and just sell out, and then the bears are just gonna dump us down basically. But that is, yeah, like I said, 9,500. Get back above there, get in this zone. If we hang around this zone, like a technical term there, if we hang around this zone, it will start to look pretty bullish, I think. For I mean, even if it's just a test up here, obviously ideally we want to break out, but it will look like we are going to test, and then we're going to have to basically find a rejection point at some, well, not we're going to have to, but then the bulls will have to find another rejection point to try and slam us down. But I think they will struggle. I think we'll get into this zone if we do trade above 9,000. I mean, this is what I mean about the string of dominators. You trade above 9,500, we trade in this zone for a bit. I think we'll then push through this zone, and then it's just you just don't really want to be selling as a bear, because the bulls are proven the bears can't sell down far. We got back up to 11, now we're breaking through it. But yeah, I mean, that's a bullish case. I mean, the bearish case again is pretty clear, and we are nearer to the bearish case. Don't get me wrong, we're definitely nearer to the bears taking control of basically the next move. This is what we got to consider. There's a big move coming, and obviously it can be up or down. So there's a battle between the bulls and the bears to trigger and force that move in the way that they want it to go. So we just got to kind of see what's going on. Here's the volatility on the daily. Look, it's just non-existent. It's like, if you look, it's like the charts, but it's like the indicator's been turned off. It's like we're only at this point in the price action. But yeah, this is all basically practically zero. And look, you can see it never really happens. Yeah, I mean, this is the last time it happened, and obviously we got that massive move down. Look, can you see? This is the last time it happened. So we consolidated. I mean, it just looks the same. This looks the same. Look, this consolidation here looks exactly like this consolidation here. This signature here looks exactly like this signature here. And yeah, we went down last time. We could go down this time, and it will look so obvious in hindsight. But yeah, we could go up also. We just got to trade the breakout. But yeah, but this is what we're expecting. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're expecting. This candle was 10,000 to 8,000, so a $2,000 candle. So yeah, and we're roughly coming from the same area. We're coming from, well, 10,000 or above 9,000, so we're within a $700 region of the same price, the same actual price. So yeah, but though, looking at these, does this look more bullish in the context of the overall trend? It does look more bullish. This does look like we've got a lot more chance to get up than this looked. If you look at, well, where we drew the trend line, obviously this trend line didn't exist until we had these 2 points for it to touch. But we can see once we get the third point, obviously it's a pretty efficacious trend line. So you can see we didn't really spend much time at that trend line. We weren't able to stay up there. So obviously, granted, that is a higher nominal value, a higher value for Bitcoin. So yeah, you can say obviously it's harder to stay higher. But yeah, I mean, but that flips to the bull side anyway, because now we can break out from a lower point, and obviously if people want to step in and start a new bull run and buy Bitcoin, they can buy at a lower price than they could here. So yeah, definite similarities. Also obviously what we do need to point out is this is a clear descending triangle. This is a clear ascending triangle. Bearish formation, bullish formation. So lower price to buy from, higher price to sell from. We are basically having a lot of price action above the trend line, practically no price action above the trend line. We've had the halving. I mean, just make of that. I mean, you can do your own FA, your own fundamental analysis on the benefits of the halving. And yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. These are my views. Obviously, if we zero down into the 4 hour, yeah, 4 hour. Just looking at this, obviously, still bear in mind we are in an ascending triangle, but 4 hours looking like we could potentially drop out this 4 hour triangle. Yeah, and again, I've said even if we do, it doesn't necessarily. We could just still trade here, and then trade around here, and then just form like this sort of reaccumulation, if we're going to be bullish, reaccumulation area. Because let's face it, if we do break out of here, we are looking at 20k plus. We are looking at basically a bull run of 2020 that's going to be epic. It's going to be all over the news, it's going to be all over social media. Everyone's going to be talking about getting in Bitcoin again. All your hairdressers, everybody that's talking about Hertz and EasyJet and Carnival Cruises are all then going to be talking about Bitcoin. And yeah, so do you know what I mean? We can still obviously hang around this area whilst people are accumulating, and then before we then make this decision to break up. Breaking down is not such a big decision. Breaking down isn't such a big deal. Bitcoin will barely be in the news. No one will really talk about it. No one really talked about it. I guess when this happened, everything was crashing. So that's actually a bad example. But yeah, no one will really batter an eyelid if Bitcoin breaks down from here. It will look so obvious in the charts. Yeah, it will look obvious in the charts. Just like breaking up. I mean, at the moment, if we break down, it will look obvious. If we break up, it will look obvious. That's why we don't know which way it's going to go. Otherwise, if one looked obvious and one didn't, then it would be obvious we're going to break down. Like when we're trading here, it was pretty obvious we were going to break down. Let's face it. Anybody that was trading Bitcoin here, we were pretty sure we were going to go down. When we were trading that $6,000 triangle back in Bitcoin's past. Come on, stop it. When we're trading, I've not even got my drawing tools open. Wait, let's go to 12. Let's go to daily. When we were trading this triangle, when we were in this triangle on the here, it was pretty obvious to everyone we were going down. I mean, this one not so obvious. People were very bearish, but again, like people can be bearish right now with the 4 hour trend where it is. People can be bearish here because we are so low, and we are basically just because we're so low. Obviously, we didn't really have the triangle to draw at that point, but when you're at the bottom of a range, people are going to be more bearish. I mean, that just is what it is. So we did have an ascending triangle, and it did clearly break upwards, but people weren't necessarily as bullish here as they were bearish here, and well, question mark. What are you here? What are you here? What do you think? We've got an ascending triangle. What do you think? Are you guys bullish? Are you bearish? Well, anyway, so that's it. I've rambled on a bit too long now. So thanks for listening, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys soon.